You know, there's one fight that always seems to go under the radar, and that's between the current 147-pound undisputed queen, Jessica McCaskill, and the current 135-pound champion, Katie Taylor. Jessica McCaskill and Katie Taylor put on a fight for the ages. York Hall, Bethnal Green, 2017. If you haven't seen it, stop what you're doing right now, because you're about to witness greatness.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event, the fight of the night. Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Sport now proudly presents 10 rounds of boxing for the WBA Women's Lightweight Championship of the World. Sponsored by Daffabet, StubHub and JD Sports. We are live on Sky Sports as we continue to bring you the very best ringside seat in the business. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our officials appointed by the WBA and the British Boxing Board of Control, Supervisor George Martinez of Canada, area representative is Des Roos. Our inspectors appointed by Nigel Thomas, the Chief Inspector, working the red and blue corner are Steve Long and Nigel Thomas. Our timekeeper at the bell is Michael McCann, and the three judges from around the world scoring on the 10-point must system are Oliver Brain of Germany, Steve Gray of the United Kingdom, and Giuseppe Quattroni of Italy. When the bell rings and the action begins, the man in charge, the man in the middle, is Mr. Howard Foster of Doncaster, England. And now, ladies and gentlemen, World Championship Boxing, here we go! Introducing to you the challenger fighting out of the red corner. Wearing the black trunks, she weighed in at 9 stone, 6 pounds, 9 ounces. 6-fight record, 5 wins, 3 inside the scheduled distance, and 1 defeat. A 3-time coveted Golden Gloves champion. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the challenger? Originally from the fighting city of St. Louis, Missouri, and now fighting out of the windy city of Chicago, USA, where she is known as McCaskill, Jessica McCaskill. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet a legend. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold, weighted at 9 stone, 8 pounds and 1 ounce. Undefeated as a professional with a perfect record of 7 contests, 7 wins, 4 inside the scheduled distance. She has had an amazing amateur record, winning 5 European golds, 5 World Championship golds. The 2012 Olympic gold medalist, making her first defense. Ladies and gentlemen, she comes to the ring as the reigning and defending WBA lightweight champion of the world! From the Fighting Pride of Bray, Ireland, ladies and gentlemen, it's Katie Taylor! 10 rounds of boxing for the WBA Lightweight Championship of the World.
Okay, spoke to you both in the dressing room. You both know what I expect. Keep it clean, break straight away when told. Both of you watch your heads in close. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Well, the famous old York Hall in East London. All the greats from Britain and Ireland have boxed here down the years. Add Katie Taylor's name to that list. We always knew she was going to be a superstar as a pro. Everybody knows what she achieved as an amateur. It took her less than a year to win a world title. She's going to hope not to lose it at the first time of asking against the 33-year-old Jessica McCaskill from Chicago, who has an interesting resume to say the very least. An investment banker by profession. Lost her second fight. She had a flash knockdown in a 4-rounder and ended up losing a split decision, but has won 4 in a row since, all against local club fighters, it has to be said. This is a massive step up for her in every sense. First time she's travelled for a fight, and it's the first time she's gone in with an elite operator like Katie Taylor. So the odds are stacked against McCaskill. And the thing is, with women's boxing, you get an opportunity, one big night, and you can turn your life around, and that's what McCaskill's going to be hoping to do here.
Yeah, well, Katie not quite got in her rhythm and found her distance yet. She normally starts very, very quickly. Does a beautiful right-hand counter. Exquisite to watch. Some of Taylor's movements and her punch patterns are just unbelievable. And of course her hand speed is something to witness in real life.
Well, you told me enough gym stories down the years. You've said there's some good pros. I don't know if you'll actually sort of name them right now. You said there's good pros that have come out of sparring sessions with Katie Taylor and said, I had my hands full there.
Yep, certainly have. I've heard some stories firsthand from some of the top lads that she sparred with. And if they're not on their best that day, she gives them an awful time of it.
It's a positive start this from McCaskill. Has not been overawed by the occasion. They're happy to try and come forward. The problem you've got when you're facing a Katie Taylor is that she is so capable of adapting and adjusting that long amateur career. She's used to coming forward, yes, but if she has to box on the back foot, that's exactly what she'll do. She certainly did enough to take that first round. But McCaskill, with enough glimpses there to show that this might be a little bit more competitive than some people were suggesting it would be pre-fight.
Well, she didn't take a backward step, Nick. She pressed throughout, only to run into a couple of counter punches from Katie. But it wasn't a totally disheartening round there from McCaskill.
Did you get many investment bankers in your gym when you were boxing?
No.
She's a one-off, isn't she?
I think so. Maybe a different era of boxing now. About to come on us.
10 seconds.
But what a fantastic place to box, no matter what background you come from, in this magical arena.
Yeah, there is something special about the place. If you've been here, you know all about it. If you haven't been here, it is like an old school cauldron. You know, you've got a balcony there and people are almost leaning into over the top rope, and it's packed and it's passionate. And all the biggies have boxed here down the years.
Sure have. On the two occasions I boxed here, Nick, I'm thankful it was actually winter, because if you've ever been here in the summer, which I'm sure you have, it is absolutely unbearable.
I tell you, it's a great weight loss program in the summer. You'll lose 10 pounds of sweat just sitting there watching this.
Yep. The first time I ever boxed here, it was December, and the second time I ever boxed here was February, so it was lovely and cool, especially for a Scotsman.
I think Taylor's had enough of McCaskill's cheek here, because the American is just coming forward and just riding these punches and determined to land her own, and here she is still pressing forward here, and Taylor's just trying to put her in her place. We're getting some interesting exchanges, and Howard Foster just wants to tidy it up a bit.
Yeah, McCaskill not for backing up here.
I like
She's
her
clearly,
attitude.
good right hand from McCaskill there.
Yeah, I like her attitude a lot. I'm not saying she wins this fight, but she's impressing me here, McCaskill.
Katie Taylor's going to have to use all her skill set there. McCaskill just takes a little half step back there and makes Katie miss
Nice.
quite well.
That's
as well.
That's a push.
Well,
Taylor did land a left hand there.
What I have picked up here is that McCaskill physically is very, very strong.
She is.
And she's solid on her feet as well.
Yeah, nice right hand to the body from McCaskill as well there.
Solid on her feet, marching forward, hands high. She's thinking about closing Katie Taylor down to the point that she can't be effective with her shots. And a little half step out of range every now and then. It's quite effective. That's a better round from McCaskill.
Yeah, it was.
Now look, when you engage with her, you're throwing 3-4 shots. Let's just not be falling in. We want to keep long shot, long right hands right now. We do get in though. As soon as we get off, she comes running at you with the right hand. Keep spinning out with the hook. You touch and take your distance. She's coming at you. Spin out with the hook, or just fall with that little short check. Every time you touch, we're going. We're touch, we going. Long right hands too though. Start sinking to the body a little bit. Looking at the jab, sinking her hand to the body, jab behind us. Shift every time. You get frustrated, you're trying to get rough inside. Control her arm, let the rep break you. We don't need to be wrestling in the inside. Nice and loose in there. Let her exert her energy trying to wrestle. Boxing outside.
Very, very good corner work there from Ross. In the mat. good instructions, very clear. Easy for Katie Taylor to pick up, not a lot of info, just a few little things to help her along. Exactly what you want to hear in the corner.
She took a really good body shot there, Taylor, and also, as you saw, that right hook from McCaskill. The Chicago woman is not overawed by this occasion. That's half the trouble, isn't it, when you're going in with somebody like Katie Taylor, who everyone just raves about, and understandably, an Olympic gold medalist, a 5-time world champion. And, you know, sometimes you're beaten by the resume if you're not careful.
Yeah, this is true. But this girl doesn't look to have any respect for any resumes.
No.
She's looking to get in there and rough Katie Taylor up and take away her boxing skills and her attributes.
She's doing a nice job of it. And now it's Taylor getting the telling off.
Well,
Howard Foster not winning any popularity contests in here.
You know, I don't agree with Howard Foster there entirely.
But you know what? Oh, she's got through with the right hand there as well, McCaskill. You know what's happening here? McCaskill's dragging Taylor into the kind of fight she wants.
Yeah.
This is smart. Well, she had an easy night when she won the title, didn't she? Against Sanchez. The Argentinian, though, was very, very easy to work out. This American is a much tougher proposition.
Oh, big left hook there from McCaskill.
This is nice work from Jessica McCaskill. I tell you, this is a good third round. You said she was better in the second round. She's even better here in this third round. I just wonder if the Taylor team have underestimated McAllister, bearing in mind that there was nothing on her record that stood out particularly. Nobody you'd ever heard of. Suddenly catapulted into this position of boxing for a world title. That was better from Taylor. Now that's a bit more like it. That's the quality that you've been talking about that she possesses, and she needs to find a response because this woman is here for business.
You're fine. Everything's good. You look good. Everything's sharp. You gotta keep punching like that. You gotta throw that right hand sharper and a little faster, okay? When she pulls out, remember we practiced that. Double jab right hand, you'll hit her every fucking time. Double jab right hand. When she bails out, you'll hit her every time. Okay? How do you feel? Good? When you're in there, if she gives you a second to take a break, catch some air, and keep putting the pressure on her. She's not mentally strong. And throw the double jab right hand, but don't lunge. It's got to be short and fast. Bang, 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 boom.
Good tactics there, no, from McCaskill corner.
Not mentally strong, they were saying of Katie Taylor. That's interesting. I've not heard that before.
Well, they've clearly seen it. They've seen something, some kind of chink in the armour there, Nick, for them to say that.
That's more like it. Taylor picking another one of those right hands. She finished the previous round with one of those sharp single right hands.
Yeah. McCaskill maybe got a little bit swelling over
now, this is much
eye.
better.
Yeah, but it's maintaining that, Nick. You know, it's very, very difficult to maintain against a really tough pressure fighter like McCaskill. She's going to keep coming. She's going to keep throwing shots. As you see there, it's a good start, but to maintain that is a different thing altogether.
But this is more intelligent work now from Taylor. You know, as you say, a pressure fighter, brings problems, but the other thing with a pressure fighter is they're there to be hit. And Taylor seemed happy to let McCaskill lead off, and that wasn't working for her. Now she's looking to lead off, single shots and getting out of there. It's a complete tactical switch around here.
Whoa, roughhouse tactics there from McCaskill. She is not coming here to try and win a points decision, that's for sure. She is looking to rough Katie Taylor up and really drag her into the trenches. She's looking for a war here, Nick. She knows she probably can't win a boxing match with Katie Taylor.
Well, I'll tell you something. She might not win this fight, Alex, but if she can continue this kind of performance throughout the 10 rounds, Jessica McCaskill might have a bit of a future in this game, you know.
Yeah, she certainly might have, you know. She's showing lots of very, very good attributes that with experience, you know, she could really go on to become something quite special.
When I'm talking about might have a future, I mean at top level. I mean this is such a huge step up for her. The gulf in experience is just off the scale.
Yeah, well, it's going to help her out. These experiences help you so much with your future. Katie Taylor has probably had a couple of hundred bouts more in her full career than what Jessica McCaskill's had. And she's going to learn and pick up a lot of stuff here, but I'm quite sure Katie Taylor's going to learn a lot from McCaskill.
Well, she is not having it all her own way here. That was a better round for her.
She's fucking lost. All she's doing is trying to load up with big right hand. Now she can't find you when you move your feet.
That's it. That's how it was in that fourth round. She can't find you because you're moving your feet.
Especially with the right hand. You make the move, follow it down the middle. You did it nice here. Don't be content. We land the one now. Hey, put 1-2 behind it. If she gets lost, you spin out. She doesn't know where you are. You jump out, hit it with 1-2, and you're back on your disc, back on your jab, back on your face. Nice relax, nice relax. Don't get into the war. She wants to wrestle, she wants to battle inside. We're playing with her right now. It's a shutout, it's a shutout. Keep boxing.
I think that is very, very smart advice. You get into a roughhouse grind against Jessica McCaskill. She's dragged you into the fight that she wants it to be.
Short shots down the middle. Okay? She doesn't want to fight. She's just going to start moving. Okay?
Round 5.
Yeah, that was a smart switch up of tactics in the Taylor corner at the end of that third round. I mean, I had McCaskill winning the second and third round, so as far as I'm concerned, this is level going into round 5. I don't think too many expected that at the first belt.
Well, let's see if Katie can maintain this. Keep picking shots like she's doing now. When she throws that right hand and moves out to the right, out to McCaskill's left, she virtually is untouchable, Katie Taylor. When she seems to come back inside and starts moving to her own left, Katie Taylor, she finds herself in a little bit more trouble.
Well, she's also now, because she's made McCaskill miss a few times, she's also now got McCaskill thinking a little bit.
McCaskill wants a war here, Nick.
Yeah,
but she's being comprehensively outboxed here at long range. Look at that.
The footwork and the timing. We're finally starting to see the Taylor quality, but I tell you what, she still hasn't discouraged McCaskill, far from it.
And Katie Taylor uses that right hand as a counter and she slips off to her own right. She's virtually unhittable. Good quick shots from Taylor there. Oh, she didn't quite get to sneak away. Trapped there by McCaskill. Katie Taylor almost on her bike now. And if that's the effective tactics to get this win, then so be it. Sometimes, sometimes like you just have to adapt in there, don't you?
Exactly. More and more now, she's swinging and missing McCaskill, and that is because of Taylor and her footwork, her movement. As you say, Alex, she's got the bike out the garage.
Yep, and she's using those sneaky counters as she leans off to each side.
And McCaskill is missing badly now as well. I mean, that is really going to be resonating with the judges, that Katie Taylor is just pinging in the shots, and then McCaskill can't find her, can't locate her at all. Back-to-back really good rounds for Katie Taylor, who's adjusted really well here to a very rugged and determined opponent. She's doing now much more effectively, getting her shots away, and just look at the separation.
Well, it was a quieter round there from McCaskill, wasn't it? She was countered over and over again. That right hand counter there, Nick, before she drifts off to her own right, Katie Taylor, is very, very impressive. Not easy to do either, to drift out to that side after landing a right hand. It takes a remarkable amount of skill.
Round 6.
So we're going to the second half of this 10-rounder then. Katie Taylor making her first defense of her WBA lightweight title against the very spirited challenge of the Chicago investment banker Jessica McCaskill, who came in as a huge underdog. Who's acquitted herself pretty well, but she's going to have to be the one that needs to make an adjustment now, because Katie Taylor has found something that's working, and in this game, in any sport, if something's working, you keep on doing it. Now, well, there's a little warning. If Taylor thought she was going to just be able to coast her way through the rest of the fight, McCaskill had other ideas. Oh, Taylor was hurt there.
Well, she was, but the good thing, Nick, was that she seemed to recover very quickly, because as McCaskill followed up with the second shot, Taylor was able to just evade that shot, showing that she was very, very still with it. She wasn't hurt or concussed to the point where she didn't know what else was coming back. She's still totally coherent and still counter-punching. She still knows what she has to do here. And she's still doing it effectively, but that doesn't take away from the fact what a big shot she just shipped.
And that will give McCaskill real encouragement after having had a couple of pretty dry rounds.
Yeah, sure will. But she's been beaten to the punch, McCaskill, here.
Like that.
Yeah, she's been beaten to the punch. That's the one difference here. Taylor just knows a little bit too much.
I don't think Taylor did much wrong there. I tell you, I'd imagine the boardrooms at investment banks can be pretty rough places, but McCaskill is bringing a sort of level of roughness that you often see Katie Taylor dishing out, not getting on the receiving end of. I don't know where she's learned these tricks, McCaskill, but it's certainly effective.
Katie Taylor put the combinations together there, trying to mix it up a little bit rather than single shots all the time. Good round there, though, action-packed.
It really was. She landed the big shot, McCaskill, there. She's loading up. Ooh, there you go.
See how she evaded the second shot, the next? She got under that next shot really quickly, just showing that she wasn't as hurt as she might have looked. Look at that. Great movement there from Katie Taylor after taking a big shot.
I tell you, if that right hook had landed, that would have been interesting. And there, it's after that Howard Foster had a word with both of them, but that was all McCaskill. And she knows exactly what she's doing in here. No respect of reputations, Jessica McCaskill.
Anytime you want, you can just shut the round down. It's not boring, it's boxing. Just add something behind it every now and then. Right there in the middle. Shoot. Good.
Round 7. This unfancied American is really in this fight. It's a much better fight than a lot of people were expecting it to be. And I'm putting my hand up because I'm in that number, Alex.
McCaskill's left eye, I noticed quite early that it was swelling up.
She just doesn't stop.
No, she's super rough and tough. Piling on the pressure.
Taylor calling her in. Yeah. Mind games going on now. I don't think McCaskill's going to need a second invitation here. And the uppercut in there. Tell you what, this is a risky game she's playing here if she wants to stand toe-to-toe with McCaskill.
Well, I think she was just looking for another little reaction. I think she wants to show Caskill that she's not tougher than her, Nick. She's not tougher than Katie Taylor. And I think Katie wanted to show her that there. Oh, big left hook there from Katie Taylor.
Yeah, and it didn't wobble McCaskill at all.
Nick, I was just about to say there's nothing wrong with McCaskill's chin.
Yeah.
She is solid.
Howard Foster's not a respected reputations tonight, is he? A point off. Oh my goodness. Now that makes it even more interesting. Well, McCaskill's won rounds in this fight, there's no question about that. Now points come off and Taylor is in some discomfort.
Well, I think that was pretty unjust, Nick. I
yeah,
really
I
do.
agree, but it's happened and she's got to react to it. She can't let it get into her head now.
No, she has to stay focused.
Oh! No, that's a slip. Immediately ruled a slip. I thought a punch landed, you know. Some talking points from that 7th round, which we will talk about in about 15 seconds time, Alex, because like you say, the point off seemed harsh, and was there a punch there when that knockdown occurred?
Good boxing there from Katie.
Yeah, she's got her head back. This is better. But this is a real good tear-up. It really is. You mentioned the marks around the eyes of McCaskill. That's getting worse, but...
Attitude here. We just want to stay there too long. We catch a couple, we tell her no.
Well, let's have a look. some of the talking points there. Taylor definitely holding the head there, but is that enough for a point off? Al Foster says it is. They've both been doing a lot of this sort of stuff throughout this fight.
Well, didn't look enough to me to deduct a point there. It really didn't. It's a little bit unfortunate there. Not the best call from Howard Foster, in my opinion. It's been a rough house fight. I don't think anyone's at fault, really.
Round 8 then, just 2 more after this. And Katie Taylor's first defence of her WBA lightweight title has been far from the coronation a lot of people thought it was going to be. Credit this American for bringing a lot of passion and a lot of commitment. And she's been smart. She's obviously a bright woman. You know, you work in investment banking, you're not a dummy, but she's recognised that she's not going to out-finesse Katie Taylor. If this becomes a battle of skills, McCaskill isn't going to win it, so she's tried to drag Taylor down to her level and make it a real roughhouse tear-up kind of fight, and she's done very well with that. Now just telegraphing the big right hand there.
Good right hand there from Katie. She's managing to keep it long here.
And that's the key, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep it long.
Keep it long as she can. And make sure that she's punching before she moves out. She doesn't get entangled or caught up in holding, because that's not going in her favour. Maybe because McCaskill is the one pressing. Howard Foster tends to think that Katie Taylor is the one that's holding. McCaskill marching forward.
Yeah, but not doing anything.
Hands high,
Yeah.
not quite yet. Just trying to get into that position where she can punch. But of course, Katie has to wait there for her to engage. If she doesn't wait, Nick, she's counter-punched and Taylor slips off, but she chooses to stand there, Katie, and she takes a couple of shots.
That's neat. Got a raid. Get out of trouble. McCaskill's got to be careful here. Howard Foster's not standing any nonsense today. Amazing how quickly these 2-minute rounds seem to just fly by.
Take a deep breath for me. Take a deep breath for me. Last 2 going to be rough. She's coming for you now. I want you to think, am I close enough to come back with a 1-2 down the middle? We got 2 to go here. We got 2 to go. We're sharp. We touch her outside. I want to keep in first. 4 minutes. You got 4 minutes. Come on, we can suck it up before no matter what, right? Let's go. Let's go get it. Touch and distance, so we don't need to bang inside.
Yep, Ross is not pretending it's going to be easy. These last 4 minutes. He's telling Katie Taylor the truth here, Nick. It's going to be tough, and you need to be tough as well. You need to punch while you're moving out of distance as well, not just try and sneak off, because McCaskill is definitely going to bring it by the looks of it here, Nick. She's going to go all out.
Did you expect a performance like this, honestly, from Jessica McCaskill? I mean, bearing in mind her record, she's barely boxed beyond club fighter level in Chicago. No, I don't think anybody was expecting this sort of performance from her.
No, not at all. She's clearly been in the gym with good fighters. She's clearly been sparring with tough fighters, or some of these opponents that she's been up against have been quality, and we've just never heard of them. Because she's boxing out her skin here tonight. I mean, she has got by no means anywhere near close to the boxing ability of Katie Taylor. But in terms of toughness and aggression and raw talent, she's got bags of it.
Yeah, she really has. And when you consider her lack of experience at this level, even if she doesn't get the decision, and I don't think she will unless there's a real turnaround here in the last 3 minutes of this fight, she's going to gain so much experience from this.
Yeah, she's going to take a lot away from this, that's for sure. And she's solid as well.
Got caught again with a lovely little left hook counter. And all the quality, the real class work has come from the technician, Taylor. It was significant at the start of that 4th round. Tactically, everything changed. Whether that was Taylor or in conversation with her team, They realised what they were trying to do in the first 3 rounds wasn't working. They had to switch it up. But even then, she's had a few rough passages to try and get through, Taylor.
Yeah, well, nothing major happened in this round so far, Nick. It's still got McCaskill pressing forward, but neither girl's landed any good clean shots until there. Katie Taylor lands a couple of right hands.
Taylor's experience, her ability to manage the rounds, which she learnt in the amateur game.
Great movement there from Katie Taylor, but no great shots landed.
But did McCaskill land anything at all? I think Taylor did enough to just put another round in the bank there.
Yeah, maybe just another Taylor round there.
Hey, we got 2 minutes now. She's coming. We're up. Okay, hey, this is where you got to push. You got to dig deep now. Doesn't matter how you feel, it's how you look, right? We're going to keep being first a little bit. Yeah, last round, short shots, hands up, walk in behind the jail. That's all you got to do. If you see something, fucking throw it. Throw it, sit on it, close your eyes, and fucking throw it. All right? They're not going to give us a decision. Hit her with a fucking missile so we can go home, okay? That's it. We came all the way over here. She don't want to fight. She's a princess. Knock her out. Let's go.
Well, there were very, very clear tactics there.
I think it's smart tactics. She's not. She is behind. She's never going to outbox Taylor. You know, she is in one-punch territory. But they've absolutely pinned their strategy on Katie Taylor being soft mentally, and I don't think that's right at all. Nobody's ever suggested that, and there's no evidence of it here because McCaskill has been trying a bit of everything. And if Katie Taylor was soft, if she is a princess, she'd have got herself out of here. She's just not. Look at this. She's saying, right, come on, bring it. Let's see what else you got.
Well, over here, Katie Taylor has looked at more an Irish queen.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no way she is mentally soft. You don't reach that level.
No, you
if
certainly
right
don't.
mentally. In any sport,
Certainly
it
don't.
doesn't happen. But nevertheless, that takes nothing away from McCaskill, who's been absolutely superb tonight as well on her big stage.
Oh, beautiful boxing there from Katie Taylor.
Yeah,
fantastic
absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah, it's all the quality. There's a gulf of difference when it becomes a skills test.
Good
There she
right
goes
hand there
again.
from Taylor as well. Beautiful boxing. Just trying to time McCaskill on the way in there and catch her with that right hand, but just fell short a little bit. McCaskill never took a backward step
No.
here tonight. So impressive.
And don't forget, while Taylor is still a novice as a pro, she had that extraordinary amateur career. McCaskill, I don't think had anything like the amateur career. Certainly nothing stands out. She certainly wasn't an international operator. A couple of golden gloves, but this is only her 7th pro fight as well. So again, you talk about a learning experience.
Katie's having a very good round here, Nick.
Yeah, it's put the
Yep,
it's
it
put the
definitely
gloss on
has.
it, hasn't it?
Yeah,
really
it certainly has, Nick. You're right. Yep, she's put a little golden seal on this last round. Great, accurate counter punching, good timing, good punch selection, and fantastic feet work. McCaskill having a little bit of success at the final bell there. What a contest!
Yeah, that is so much better a fight than I think any of us were expecting. And it really dragged a performance out of Katie Taylor, who was in a bad place after 3 rounds. Things weren't working for her. But then they just changed things up. And even though she had a point off after that, I don't think she lost a round after that 3rd round.
Yeah, she had to work very, very hard for that. And I think we might hear a little bit more of Jessica McCaskill in the future, Nick.
Well, you don't want to sort of go too overboard, but somebody coming out of Chicago that no one ever heard of, boxing club fighters over there, she's levels above that, obviously. And she's given Katie Taylor a very, very hard night's work. Nice, easy first defense, they said.
No,
think so.
anything but.
Great attitude from Taylor there in that last round as well. It's almost like they heard them saying, oh, she's a bit soft, she's a princess.
Yeah, she's a princess, yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
No, an Irish queen, Nick, like
Yeah.
I said.
That's Katie Taylor saying, go on, show me how soft I am. With the point off, it might be interesting, but it's just really a question of how wide you want to score it. But McCaskill certainly won rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing. The judges' scorecard reads: Oliver Brain has scored the contest 97-92. Steve Gray has scored the contest 97-92. And Giuseppe Quattaroni has scored the contest 98-91. All three judges are in favour of our winner. And still, the WBA lightweight champion of the world from Bray, Ireland, Katie Taylor.
I want to show my appreciation for our very game challenger from Chicago, ladies and gentlemen, Jessica McCaskill.